Your ex, my ex, all lied. And they are now being adored by some simp who doesn't know that he's the rebound, possibly even the retirement plan, or an ATM with a dick. So let's talk about sex for a second. It's primal and it's powerful. It really is motivating. Like if you're anticipating it, like Alan Roger Curry used to talk about the possibility of sex, the anticipation of sex. Tonight, if you know you're on a date, you get a lot of work done, you get sleep in, you might take a little nap, you take care of yourself, you brush your teeth for an extra 30 seconds. You make sure you just take care, like if you're a shaving man, you make sure you get a good shave, you make sure you smell well, you put on your pheromone cologne and you wash with the pheromone soap and the pheromone beard oil and all that stuff. Sex and visuals, what we see during that time. You remember every single woman's body that you've ever been with. You remember her breasts. You remember the shape of her bottom. You remember the cooch. You remember how she smelled. You guys, I know you guys do this. When you kiss a woman, you kind of like inhale a little bit through your nose. You ever do that? When you put your face on the side of a woman's face to give her a kiss, you're almost like just kind of sniffing a little bit, like, and you're like, you get like a whiff of like fresh, clean hair, that freshly showered body. It's very fulfilling, isn't it? But it's the aftermath that is the minefield, especially in today's climate. And this is what many men are finally admitting out loud. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Once you've tasted the price tag attached to the drama, the false accusations, the courtrooms, the custody battles, the alimony, the silent treatments, the emotional manipulation, to name a few, the new woman illusion and delusion is just that. It's a illusion. You're not her first, and you're definitely not her best. You're the latest placeholder until hypergamy rings the next bell and she monkey branches to the next tree. Your ex, my ex, all lied. And they are now being adored by some simp who doesn't know that he's the rebound, possibly even the retirement plan, or an ATM with a dick. Christian woman? Well, that's laughable. It doesn't matter. Jezebels wear crosses around their neck too. And plenty of men were spiritually, emotionally, and financially wrecked by church girls who could quote scripture but couldn't cook a meal, keep their legs or mouth closed, or hold a promise. As you age, the fantasy of sex fades, thank God. And reality punches harder. It's not about celibacy or bitterness or walking away. It's about sanity, clarity, and reason. You see the game for what it is, and you realize sex isn't scarce, but wisdom is. You need an attractive woman, right? You don't want someone that you're not attracted to, but the last thing we look for is wisdom in a woman. I mean, you might think, wow, she's got the best set of wisdoms I've ever seen. Okay, I get it. Funny joke. Okay. But is she wise? Think about this. Proverbs 14:1, a wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands. That verse should be tattooed on every man's mind, put it on a Post-it note or a 3x5 card before you even consider being with a woman or a second date. The world is full of destroyers, emotional wrecking balls in heels and yoga pants, taught to extract, consume, and then they move on. I don't blame the men who walk away, tap out. I don't sneer at the men who go monk mode or MGTOW. They're not weak. They are survivors. And the men who still do believe in family, legacy, and a builder woman, they need to guard their heart like Fort Knox. Because when you meet a builder, everything changes. She multiplies what you give her. She brings peace, not chaos. Until then, my brother, sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, build your empire, and let your discipline, not your libido, lead the way.